What's up, team? Nsima the Sensor Inyang here with another question and answer video. Now, like I always say, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're here, subscribe to the channel because this channel has hundreds of videos that are going to help you with martial arts, lifting, muscle gain, etc. So subscribe. And if you like this video, well then like the video because it helps the channel and I'm trying to see this channel grow. But let's get on to the question. Now, this question was actually pretty popular and I really dig this one. It comes from M Jones 7145 and he asks, how much of your fighting success is because of your powerlifting strength? And how much is because of your fighting skills? So obviously he's talking about like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and on the mats, and he's probably seen some of the videos I've posted from the tournaments that I've won. Now, there's a few things that I want to address, and I'm gonna do it like this. First thing I'm gonna talk about is strength, okay? So strength is not a weakness. Number two, I'm going to talk about how unique the jiu-jitsu community is when it comes to actually thinking about strength, and it's kind of weird. And then the last thing is how kind of this all applies to me and my personal skill, because that was your question. Now, number one, strength is never weakness. It's the dogma that goes on at the Super Training Gym, Mark Bell's Super Training Gym, and in truth, that is with any sport. If you look at a lot of sports, you know, wrestling, UFC, when you obviously weightlifting of any kind because you need to be strong, basketball, soccer, there's always an element of strength and conditioning, training for the athlete, okay? So it's never a bad thing, ever in sport, to be a strong individual. I need you to remember that because that kind of ties into what I want to say next. The jiu-jitsu community, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu community, and the way they look at strength. Now, this isn't everybody, okay? This is not everybody, and this is not people at the school that I go to, Castle Wernick Jiu-Jitsu in Sacramento. So if there's anyone from that school watching this video, I need you to understand that I am not talking about you. But I'm talking about the new unique way that jiu-jitsu practitioners look at strength and when it is used in the martial art. Now, Helio Gracie is the one who I believe he founded Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He was a very small man, but you know, the whole reason Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu became popular is Helio would go and whoop ass, okay? He would just beat people's asses in tournaments. He was a small guy submitting and making these big people lose, right? And the whole dogma, the strength of BJJ is that even the small man can beat the bigger man, right? The small man can beat the bigger man. So with that evolving over time, a lot of people when they do jiu-jitsu now, when they see like a big person or a strong person rolling, they'll look at that person and say, they're just strong. Look how strong he is. The only reason he or she is winning is because of strength. And a lot of the time, like when something's happening and let's say the individual uses strength to maybe do a pass or submission, people are like, he's just strong or she's just strong. They downplay what this person is doing when it comes to strength, okay? Now, that's just how, that's how a lot of the BJJ community looks things, which I've not noticed with other martial arts. Like technique is a huge deal, and I'm not saying strength is bigger than technique, but in other martial arts, people are trying to get stronger so that they can punch harder or kick harder. But in jiu-jitsu, sometimes, right, a lot of people look down on people that are strong. Now, how does this kind of apply to me? Because this all comes down, the question was asked, is my skill at jiu-jitsu only because I'm strong or am I technically proficient? Now, I'm a new blue belt, right? I just got my blue belt a few weeks ago. I focus, when I roll with my classmates, I am not trying to use as much strength as I could, especially when I roll with a smaller individual. I'm trying to hold back. I'm not trying to force things. If they pass me, I'm not trying to pull them or use a lot of muscle to get things done. I'm trying to work my technique because I personally understand that if I'm rolling against a 260, 70, 280, 300-pound person, that I'm not just going to be able to bench press them off of me when they're in my side control being when they're fairly on top of me, right? I'm going to have to use technique. So I always try to work on my technique. But if I'm rolling with a black belt, I'm in a dire situation and they have me in something and I'm trying to break out and I'm trying to use technique and I can't, I'm gonna tap into some of that strength and I'll be able to usually break out of it because I've built a high level of strength that is applying well to my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now the question is am I winning these tournaments because I'm strong? Personally, I don't think so. I work on technique a lot, and I take pride in the fact that I'm a big guy that can, at times, move like a small guy. I'm not a black belt, I'm not the best, okay? I'm not saying I'm the best or I'm this great blue belt. I'm just saying that I take pride in the technique that I'm working on and in the strength that I have. And my strength is definitely something that's gonna help me out when it comes to rolling at the higher level. Because when I go and I'm a purple belt, brown belt, black belt, and I'm rolling against some of these athletic and strong individuals, I will definitely use my strength when I'm rolling against them, along with the technique that I've built. I don't think that strength is more important than technique. I definitely think that technique plays a massive role. But when you're looking at two individuals, 250 pound, or let's just make it light. Let's say two black belts. Both are 180 pounds, right? One is substantially stronger than the other. They have the same level of technique. Who's gonna win? The guy that's stronger with the same level of technique. And now let's even look at, let's say one guy is weaker and he has a little bit better technique, and one guy is a lot stronger and he has a little bit worse technique. Sometimes you'll find that because this guy's so much stronger, he can kind of just, dog around the smaller person that has really, really, really good technique. I'm not saying that strength is more important than technique. It really just comes down to the individuals and them rolling with each other. But for me, I don't think I'm winning just because, right, I'm strong. If I was just strong and walking onto the mat and trying to do things to people, they could easily submit me. But the reason why it's difficult is because I also know how to escape from things. I also know how to work my game. And my strength is not a weakness for me. Okay, so do not, as a martial artist and as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, if any of you are watching this channel, you need to get stronger. Obviously, you need to work on your technique. You need to drill. You need to get that technique high, but you need to become a stronger athlete, because when you roll against somebody that is strong and that has good technique, you're gonna be left in the dust. Hopefully that answers your question. And hopefully this gives a lot of guidance to some of you that are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners that are trying to get stronger, that are trying to get bigger, because honestly, the sport is evolving. More athletic, strong people are entering this sport. And if you want to compete at a high level, you got to be strong. This is Nsima the Centaur Inyang from Break the Bar. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this answered your question. Go ahead and like the video, and I'll talk to all of you very, very soon.